So as you've hopefully gathered from the warm-up and our last partner activity, today we're learning about synonyms. Now, can anyone give me an example of what a synonym is?
Synonym?
Does anybody have any guesses? All right, that's okay because that's why we're here to learn it. A synonym is two words that are different but mean the exact same thing. For example, stupid and dumb. They're both different words.
Those are not nice words.
No, they're not. And we are not meant to use them. But the point of this is that they both mean dumb. They both mean some unintelligence. Even though there's different ways of saying it. Synonyms are really helpful because if we didn't have them, we would just be repeating our sentences over and over again. Be very repetitive. Be a boring world if we didn't have all these different words to learn and different words to have. Another example of synonym is house and home. You know, that can be. It could also be apartment and home. Another example.
I live in an apartment.
That's very interesting, Amy, but we're not talking about you right now. We're talking about synonyms.
That wasn't nice.
Well, she's not on task, and I have to redirect you if you aren't on task. Now, did anyone tell me, are plate and bowl synonyms?
No.
Why aren't they synonyms?
Because
you both use them to eat?
Okay, but they're used for different types of food.
One's flat and one's circle.
That's a very good
It's
observation.
not a full circle.
Now, are car and vehicle synonyms?
Yeah.
Why are they synonyms?
Because they both move via auto vehicles.
That's right, they're both the same thing, but just different ways of saying it. Now, to really get to the core of this, today with your partners, I'm going to give you each a note card. You're both going to have an animal on it, but you're not to tell your partner what the animal is. You are, however, to get your partner to guess, describing the animal, and maybe see if you have any similarities between them as you go. Here's your card, don't let her see. Here's yours, don't let her see. Now, I want a minimum of 10 questions. Which one of you would like to start?
What's your animal?
That is not a good question. That does not count. You cannot be told your animal.
Is your animal in the zoo?
That's a good question.
It's in the aquarium. Is your animal in the zoo?
It could be. Is your animal big?
Sometimes. Does your animal ugly?
No.
Well, ugly is an opinion. Do you think that's a very good question to actually find the animal?
Yes.
Well, I hate to inform you this, but it is not. Ugly is an opinion. You can think ostriches are ugly, while I can think they're pretty. So I want you to ask a different question.
Does yours animal live on zoo?
It can be in the zoo, or in the water, or in the land. Does your animal breathe?
Our animals breathe.
No, like outside.
You mean like oxygen?
Yes.
Does your animal breathe oxygen?
No. Does your
Well, if it's on land, is your animal blue?
sometimes? What's your color animal?
Green and brown.
5 questions left. Make sure to use them wisely.
What does your animal eat?
That's a good one.
Oh. They eat vegetables and meat.
What kind of meat?
Fish.
Oh.
What does your animal eat?
My animal can eat algae. It can eat coral. It can eat smaller animals and even smaller fish and
Mm. Well, my animal's really big.
Can your animal live in a tank?
Yes. If it wants to. Can your animal walk?
Depending on what kind of fish it is.
your animal a fish?
Yes. Is your animal?
It eats yours.
Well, my animal can eat yours too.
No.
Like a shark.
You don't know what mine is.
Is yours a turtle?
Yeah.
Yeah, a shark can eat a turtle.
Well, a fish can't eat a turtle.
A shark.
Guys, we're supposed to be nice to each other, right?
We are nice to each other.
She's partners.
She's my next door neighbor.
Okay, well, we don't need to be hostile, especially with our neighbors. Now, while you did both guess correctly, I would like to note that that was only 8 questions. Let's try and be a little more on track and listen up, use our listening ears a little bit closer next time, okay? Understood?
Yep.
All right. So, you correctly guessed each other's animals. But what about your animals are the same? Did you notice any similarities?
They both live on water.
In water.
Yes, correct. In water. Anything else that you noticed?
They don't breathe oxygen.
That's great, Amber, but I was not speaking to you. Wait your turn, okay? Now, what about you?
They both eat fish.
That's correct. Any other similarities that you noticed?
They're both big. Or little.
Can be big, but let's not talk out of turn. All right, let's lay nice to our classmates. Let them take our time. All right. Anything else you noticed?
They can both live in a tank.
Yes, that's a very good observation. Were there any particular questions that stood out to you guys that really hit home and made you realize what the animal was? Is there any question what question that your partner asked really made you sure that her animal was a fish and yours was a turtle?
Because she said fish.
You're right. She did say fish. That was wrong of her. But so let's move on to you. What question that she asked made you sure her animal was a turtle?
Because it eats fish too. And it can live on land and water.
So it was the similarities that those had that really brought you two guys together, right? And that's really great. But now the question is, just because those animals are similar, does it mean they're the same thing?
No.
So are they synonyms?
No.
No.
Exactly, they're not synonyms. So what we've gathered from this is things can be similar but not be the same. But does that make synonyms any less important?
No.
No? Alright, can you think of an example of synonym that you use? Maybe. Yes.
Ocean.
Ocean and
Actually, I think smart and intelligent.
oh, and that's a big word. You're right. Smart and intelligent do mean the same thing. What about you? Can you name an example of a synonym?
Ocean and lake.
That's not the
No,
same
they're
thing.
different. Those are
They're
different.
bodies of water.
You're right, they are bodies of water, but lakes are usually fresh while oceans are salty.
Lake and river.
Yes, those lead into each other, so those can in fact be the same thing sometimes. You know, they can correlate, they can mix. But I think a more clear way to apply these beach and ocean, right? When you're at the beach, you're usually at the ocean. But I like the track you were on. I like your train of thought. I thought that was very good of you. So, can you, in your own words, explain synonyms to me?
They're different words that mean the same thing.
Do you agree with her?
Yes.
Can you guys, if you were to comment tomorrow, do you think you would still retain this information and could be able to tell me what a synonym is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. What did you think of this activity? Do you think it helped you understand? Do you think it was any good?
I liked my animal better.
Well, I liked your animal too. What did you think of the activity? Did you think it was all right?
Do we get to pick our own partners next time? Or does it have to be our table group member?
I will consider it based on your behavior, but that does not mean you can be disrespectful to each other. You still have to be nice, all right? And
She took my round.
I already settled that. But because of this and because you both did a good job, I want you to high five each other and say good job. Good job! That's right. Now on to the next part.